Hi, this is Souzzann Zink again, doing a series of videos for mothers on Mother's Day week. And as I mentioned in the first video, whether you've seen that one or not, I want you to know, if you're going to listen to this and just watch it and not change anything, stop now. Because I am about helping mothers enjoy their children more. I am about helping them to fulfill their big dreams out in the world and their big dreams for their kids. If you are going to look at this with at least a little bit of an open mind and an eye toward where you can switch out some of what you're doing to make things better for you and your children, watch on. But the last thing I want you to do is feel bad about yourself, because that's not going to serve anyone. So this video is about how we need to consciously choose the good things that we want to provide for our children. Most of us had models growing up that we don't want to just reproduce. And most of our mothers had models growing up that they didn't want to just reproduce. And that creates a problem. It creates a problem because if you don't have an organic model of mothering that came into your mind when you were in the sensitive period for just taking in the way that the world works, you have a conflict going on. Whether you want it to or not, those experiences of your early life are influencing your parenting. They are creating a tendency to do things or to not do things based on how you were raised. And if you're choosing very consciously and carefully to do something different, that's great. If you are just doing what feels best to you, you probably are, in a lot of cases, parenting from a place of reaction. You're either doing exactly what was done to you as a child that you can't quite process or keep in your consciousness, or you're doing a reactionary compensation, an opposite sort of a thing. Let me tell you something that will help give this an example. When my mother was growing up, she was in a situation where her mother ran the kitchen. And my grandmother was a wonderful cook, a wonderful baker. Her biscuits, her other Southern cooking was wonderful, and we all enjoyed that very much. But when I was older, I found out that the situation for her and her three sisters growing up was not exactly ideal. Her oldest and youngest sister would sit and watch my grandmother cook, because that was kind of how they were. That was their personality. While my mom and her other middle sister were out climbing trees and doing those things because they weren't the type to sit around and watch. My grandmother did not teach her daughters how to cook, but they could watch. And then she cooked, left a mess all over the kitchen, and they cleaned it up. Now, my mother didn't want to reproduce that, and I'm really glad she didn't, but she reacted to it. She didn't help me to learn to cook. She didn't do something that was a conscious choice to help me clean up the kitchen with her or something like that. She just didn't expect anything of me in terms of cleaning until my father died, and then she couldn't do it all anymore. And did she teach me? No. Because nobody had ever given her that model. She just expected me to watch her clean and then jump in and volunteer. And I did my best. I remember cleaning the floor, mopping the floor when she was at work and I was on a school holiday day or something like that. And what did I do? I filled a bucket with water and I dumped it out all over the kitchen floor and proceeded to mop, because I didn't know any better. If you're mothering in a reactionary way, that's the kind of strategies you're going to end up with. You need to choose how you're going to set boundaries. You need to choose how you and your children are going to work together in your home. If you are not feeling completely relaxed in your body when you make your choices about mothering, you need to do it a different way. You need to choose how you're going to mother, not just do what feels best. That's the way it is.